in many fields of human endeavor, it sometimes happens that a person sets forth seemingly outlandish theories. The work is dismissed lightly, or perhaps ponderously refuted, and then lies unnoticed by the next generation. At last, however, someone takes notice of what had been proposed many years before, and the earlier work turns out to be exceedingly useful when looked at with new evidence and by a different generation. For example, Alfred Wegener, in a book entitled The Origin of Continents and Oceans, published in 1915, put forward the thesis that South America once lay alongside Africa, but that in a process of many eons the two continents drifted far away from each other, having been split apart by forces generated beneath the Earth's crust. He went on to observe that all of the Earth's continents have shifted and broken apart over vast spaces of time and are still in the process of drifting. Wegener was left out of court by the geologists of his day and died in 1930, surrounded by incredulity and derision. Now, as we all know, the theory of continental drift has become almost an orthodoxy. The field of history of religions also has its Wegeners, and scholars whose interests lie in the complex history of the religions of the Hellenistic Roman world are well advised to look into the work of bygone eras of scholarship for new light on current areas of interest. Much is currently being written on the question of the origins of Gnosticism and the relationship of Gnosticism to Judaism. It seems to me useful, for the purpose of further discussion, to exhume from the dust of many decades some interesting and provocative ideas set forth by Maurice Friedlander, whose thesis did not meet with the approval of his contemporaries, but which may very well be taken more seriously now. In a book entitled Der vorchristliche jüdische Gnosticism, Friedlander put forth the thesis that Gnosticism is a pre-Christian phenomenon which originated in antinomian circles in the Jewish community of Alexandria. This Gnosticism, against which Philo polemicizes, came early to Palestine, and the rabbinic polemics against the minimum are directed specifically at such Gnostics. Christian Gnosticism is simply a secondary version of the older Gnosticism, which attached itself to the emergent Christian sect and appropriated for itself the figure of Jesus Christ.